here. I bet this isn't it. Shit. Now, let me refresh that. Waiting for Paulie Nichols. Well, how long are you going to wait? I guess we'll go to my channel and go to another stream because this one fell by the wayside. That is so ridiculous. Hmm. Every time I use Restream, every time. Just as it got down to 3 seconds, my computer said, "Ow, you've had a problem." That's how Link would say it. And I got it before it went off the screen. Windows.com/stop code. I got a stop code. The hell's a stop code? My Windows had a problem and had to restart. And I don't have Windows 11. I don't know. Maybe I should have it. I'll be there in a minute, right? Oh, wait. There's chat on this, isn't there? Oh, there's nobody there. I did see Jonathan was there. Well, I'm just going to open these and call it a day. I already started. Oh, shoot. I already started. You didn't start anything. You don't know what you're doing, do you? Webcam. Well, we don't want that one. We want this one. And then we'll go over here and we'll move that. We'll get this out of the way. We'll move this over there. And I already started opening a package, so I don't have to struggle with it. Oh, do we want to focus? Nah, we don't want to focus. Why would I focus? Yesterday we focused. Today you can't see anything. Look at that. And you can't, when you're in Restream, you can't go to your camera and do the adjustments on your camera. I don't know what this is. I see something in there. It's in a slab. And there's a proof set. Ooh, and a Barber quarter. Where the hell I got that from? Who is this? This is from Wallace. I don't know if it's George Wallace or not, but and there's a sticker on it, lot 9. We can get rid of that sticker, I suppose. Oh, I don't have a garbage bag in here. I threw my trash away. I got a 1899. What the hell? What's that? Is that a counter stamped 9 in there? Or is it just a Gucci goo? I do believe that's a counter stamped 9. You just focused. There you go. 1899 half or quarter. Is that a quarter? That's a quarter. And not very good shape. Jonathan's probably over on the other one waiting for me. Oh, dear God. Let me open another YouTube channel and go delete the one that is sitting there waiting for me to go live. Oh, my God. I'm about ready to give up the beast. Content live. Upcoming. No, it's not upcoming. It's going to be, get the hell out of here. It's going to be deleted. That's what it is. Okay. Well, okay. I haven't checked. Where's my? I don't even have a delete thing. There it is. Just popped up. What's going on with that? Delete forever. I understand it will never be back. Goodbye. I like this. Already they got it limited for monetization. Why? I haven't even done anything yet. That's because it's time to get paid. I got a payment coming up from YouTube. They probably want to limit me making any more on this pay period. Good old YouTube. You always got something going on, don't you? Hi. Hi. Yeah, every day. I have 4 coming tomorrow. 3 coming tomorrow. 2 coming tomorrow. Did you see that one? Did you see the first one? Did you see it? 18.99 quarter with a counter stamped 9 in it. Why would we do that? And it's worn, so it's silver melt value. Of course, people will pay more than that for it. I don't know what this is in a slab. It looks like a. Looks like a. I think I had my first counterfeit. This isn't real. This is not real. This is real. Number 40. Who is this from? Wallace. Well, I'm going to have to check out Mr. Wallace. I just threw garbage in a can. I don't have a bag. This is real. 1987. Ooh. And I'll check that. Dime looks silver. Isn't it? I'll check out any varieties and such. Well, where's the box in the COA? What the hell, man? I guess I'll have to order a box of COA on eBay. You usually can pick them up for like $3. What the hell? This is not real. I'm sorry. Let me take it out of the bag. Is it in a bag? Is it in a bag I can get out with it? No, I think I. Oh, okay. Oh, isn't that cute? Warning. What's the warning? How would you warn a silver eagle? To avoid danger of suffocate. How the hell is anybody going to suffocate with this little bag? Are they talking about, your ant farm or something? This is not real, guys. Jonathan. What the hell? Wait a minute. Wait. Zoom. Oh, okay. Since when do you turn an American coin? Will you please focus? When do you turn an American coin like this and it's upright? 1 ounce fine silver, $1. Look at the expression on the face. I don't know. Doesn't look real to me. See how close Mr. Logitech camera can. Jesus Christ. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it live and only here. Where on the reverse? There's nothing says copy on the reverse. Oh my God, it does. That's a pretty ass copy, though, isn't it? Isn't that pretty? But you can tell. I knew it wasn't real as soon as I pulled it out of the bag. Hey, look at this. Okay, there's a giveaway. Yeah, I give it away, and then somebody will say, "You gypped me, man. You gave me a copy of a silver eagle. I'm really, really bad." Fuck off. Okay, don't throw that in the garbage. There's no bag in there. All right, let's see if anything in here's a copy. This is from Josh Reed. No, he's a good guy. He's got a voice. He's 3 octaves lower than what I'm saying. I started opening this one too, so I don't have to fight because I didn't bring my scissors down like always. Jeez, little plastic bag is stopping the old man from opening it. Oh, geez, another proof set. I got 3 proof sets yesterday. I got another one today with no COA and no box, and this one won't come out. Damn it. Come out. Hey, there you are, going junkie. Here. I got a giveaway for you, you know. I went to your channel, you know, I just went to your channel and I went to the live videos and I thought, what the hell? He hasn't even been on his stream forever, on his channel forever. And then whoever was it, Rivendell, did Jonathan? All right, you know what? This can go in the garbage can. I'm not going to struggle with stuff today. It's been a tough day. They got Angel so goddamn sick in Roswell that she can't even exist. I don't know what's going to happen. I just don't want her, you know, doing what she did when she had ovarian cancer, and she did for a while give up. We didn't know, but then she finally told us she wasn't going to chemo anymore, and she went through that for 13 months. That didn't do any good. Then she went on THC, and that put her in a remission. I don't know why she's not doing that now. Well, what the hell is this? What is even this is? No, look at all. You send me a love letter. Thanks for your support, hanging out, and helping me out with the chat. LOL, congrats on winning the GAW. Oh, this is a GAW. This is a GAW? I don't remember having a giveaway from Josh. If I did, then he didn't tell me what I bought, because I know I got something from him. I don't like getting a giveaway. Well, from Secondhand Delusions or whatever the hell her name is. This is a giveaway? The American Bison Nickel Collection. Coin set. What the hell is he? What did he do? Did he rub peanut butter on it? Oh, look at this. This is kind of cool. Here, I'll show you. I got a camera. Look at this. One is. Look at this. Because I can't see without the camera. This. Where you going? This way. This way. One's painted, colorized, holographic, 24 karat gold plated, uncirculated Denver mint, uncirculated Philadelphia mint, and an invisible one. It's kind of cool. It's just one more thing to add to the shit. Yeah, you can buy my new AS, and there's no box for this either. What's wrong with that? Nobody gives boxes anymore. Why would you send me a proof set without a box? I know it was in a proof set when I bid on it, because I don't bid on things that don't have proof set or don't have boxes and COAs and all that. Paul, video. You're looking for video. My brain is fried today. So yesterday I got without what I got a 2000 upside down mint set. I don't know why they always make them upside down. Do you have any idea why they don't make them upright? And then they got an 83 and an 84. I don't need these. There's 300 and some of them over there. 300 or 300. I don't know. There's the one whole. I'm not moving cameras anymore. One whole drawer of proof sets, and there's still some upstairs, somewhere in my room. There, hey, Coin Junkie, want to buy a new Silver Eagle? You son of a bitch! Not you. Oh man. What else did I get with Wallace? What else? Oh, the proof set. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Oh, it's over here. Already buried. I put it down already. It's buried. What was that? An 87 proof set. Again, with peanut butter fingers all over it. What the hell's the matter with me? What do they do? Eat potato chips and fried chicken while they're looking at coins? There you go. Oh, this is why I do not like Restream or Upstream or Downstream or any other stream. Here. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that a pretty 2018? Where are you, Coin Junkie? You there? Is he, what did he leave already? Did he leave? Did he leave? I will give it away when I get more than 3 people in chat. I'll leave it there till Coin Junkie talks to me. It's well made though, and it's pretty heavy. Is this case open? There's a little latch right there. Little slot. Well, it feels pretty tight though. Some Chinese company. Oh, Satoshi making. She making shitty containers. I can't get it open. She making SAEs. I don't know if, you know what, I don't remember bidding on this because I usually don't buy Silver Eagles. I don't buy them. I really am not into Silver Eagles. I've got maybe 12, 14 of them. I know it's one of a lot of people's go-to coin, but I just don't. This guy's nice, though. I like this guy. Oh, yeah, it says right there, free shit. Right there. Free shit. Look at the paper, you stupid camera. Okay, that's it. Stay on the line there, Rivy. As Link would call you, I'm calling. Let me get the phone number. I've had it. I've fucking had it with Logitech. I'm going to tell them. In so many words. Contact. Oh yeah, contact. Again with the Chinese voices. Contact LOGITECH. Oh my God! Look at that phone number. 646-454-2000. I'm going to call them and put it on speaker, and you got to use this thumb for your fingerprint, Paul. What did I say? 646. What did I say? 454. I'm gonna be diplomatic in the beginning.
Thank you for calling Logitech support. We have specialized experts waiting to help you.
Good, because you're gonna need a bunch of them.
To the right team. As always, your call may be recorded.
Think Gladly.
Please press 1 if you have a question about an order you placed. Press 2 if you have a technical question that you need help with.
Huh. A lot of choices.
Please let us know what product you have. Make your selection after listening to the full menu. Please press 3 if you are a business user of our enterprise video collaboration systems. Please press 4 if you have a Logitech G Gaming, Astro Gaming, or virtual reality accessory product. Please press 5 if you have a mouse or keyboard. Please press 6 if you have a keyboard or accessory for your mobile device, such as our Combo Touch or Folio keyboards for iPads. Please press 7 if you have a Circle camera. Please press 8 if you have a Harmony remote control. Or please press 9 for consumer webcams, or any. Press
shit.
1 if you have a Circle camera. Press 2 if you have a Circle View doorbell.
I figured the camera was going to be the last one, and then 9 it was webcam, and I pressed 7.
Press 1 if you have a Circle camera. Press 2 if you have a Circle View doorbell.
Oh my God, man. Do that again, okay?
Thank you for calling Logitech support.
We're going to 9.
We have specialized experts waiting to help you, so please select the correct option to talk to the right team.
Why do your camera
As
not
always,
focus?
your call may be recorded.
Why do your camera
Please
not
press
focus?
1 if you have a question about an order you placed. Press 2 if you have a technical question that you need help with. Thank you for calling Logitech support. We have specialized experts waiting to help you, so please select the correct option to talk to the right team. Thank you for calling Logitech support.
I press 9, it goes
We
back to
have
the
specialized
freaking menu.
experts waiting to help you, so please
Oh
select the
God, I've
correct
tried
option to
everything,
talk to the
Reb.
right
Jeez,
team.
I've been fucking with these things
As
for
always,
4 years
your
now.
call may be recorded.
And they keep sending me new ones.
Please press 1 if you have a question about an order you
They
placed.
just keep sending me new ones and tell
Press
me to
2
keep
if
the
you have a
ones I still
technical
got.
question that you need help
These two here, one's a year and a little over that old. What'd she say? Ah, they already were listening to me. Shit.
Thank you for calling Logitech support. We have specialized experts waiting to help you, so please select the correct option to talk to the right team. As always, your call may be recorded. Please press 1 if you have a question about an order you placed. Press 2 if you have a technical question that you need help with. Please let us know what product you have. Make your selection after listening to the full menu. Please press 3 if you
I
are a
think
business
it's
user of
number
our
9.
enterprise video collaboration
7 is
system.
ring cameras, a doorbell
Please
shit or
press
something.
4 if you have a Logitech G Gaming, Astro Gaming, or virtual reality accessory product.
Here comes a keyboard.
Please press 5 if you have a mouse or keyboard.
Here comes another
Please
keyboard.
press 6 if you have a keyboard or accessory for your mobile device, such as our Combo Touch or Folio keyboards for iPads. Please press 7 if you have a circle camera. Please press 8 if you have a Harmony remote control. Or please press 9 for consumer webcams or any other Logitech product.
Hello, and thank you for calling Logitech. What can I do to help you? Fucking speak English for one thing.
Hi, thank you for calling Logitech. My name is Brandon. Please tell me, how can I help you out today?
Brandon, hi, how are you? Paul Kenyon here. I've got two C9 and C920s, and you guys have been gracious as heck in replacing them for me twice. I don't want to replace, but I want to know why it doesn't go. It's got the step focus, Brandon, and what's happening. I stream an awful lot, and I've got two of them. I use them together, sometimes separately. And what's happening is the step focus will go to the second step, and it just breathes back one step and doesn't go into focus. So if I'm on autofocus, it doesn't work. If I'm on manual focus, I have to really fight with it, and it only will focus in one step, like 3 to 4 inches, and it doesn't do an infinity focus when I'm trying to play my drums, which are only 3.5 feet from me.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much for letting me know this. And I'm sorry, Paul. Did you say you have a ticket created already for this support?
Not this time. No, I've been fighting with them for the last year. The last one I got from you guys, I talked to one of the CS reps, and he just said, you know what, I'm going to send you another new one. Maybe maybe we've upgraded a little bit. It'll be better for you. I said, well, what are you going to send me a box for the other one? He said, no, just keep it. I got 4 of them now, and none of them work. I mean, they work.
I see.
Right now it's perfect. I'm live right now, by the way. I'm streaming, and my focus on my camera with me just 2 feet away from it is great. It's crisp, it's clear, but I can't. I'm a coin collector, so when I try and show coins, I have to really fight. If you watch my videos, it's quite comical because I look like an idiot because I'm yelling at the camera the whole time.
I see, Paul. I see. Thank you so much for letting me know that. All right, yeah, I can definitely help you check that out. Right here, in case we get disconnected, Paul, what's your best callback number? Perfect, Paul. Perfect. Also, so I can document this in your account, what's your email, Paul? Before@gmail.com. Okay.
I turned it off so you couldn't hear me tell what my address is.
And of course, Paul, you have tried to like previous cameras, the troubleshoot, which is try a different USB port, avoid your hub.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, I've gone in USB 2, USB 3. I've tried all the hubs, every hub in my computer, and there's 9 USB ports in my computer. I even tried a standalone hub as well, and it's the same. I mean, the cameras are great. They just don't. My main thing that I wanted to be able to do is to focus at a distance of about 8 inches or so, but then it does, and then it falls back to the previous step focus and stays there. And I actually literally have to keep moving things back and forth to the camera for it to focus again.
Okay, got it. Thank you for letting me know that. And you said this happened with all 4 cameras, right?
Yes, sir. I do. One of them that I had, the very first one that I bought was fantastic. It never did that, so I bought the second one, and then that's the second one, the third one. Well, the third and fourth, which I have now, are the ones that do it all the time. My third one, I'm sorry, my second one, I gave to my granddaughter to use, but these two here, and I mean, they're in pristine condition. I take care of them. I clean them all the time with the proper solution and lens cloth.
Got it. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay.
Do they don't does the 920 have a macro function? I don't believe it does it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for letting me know that.
Nope.
All right. Let me check this out. Do you mind if I place you in a brief hold 2 minutes?
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be right back, ready, sir.
Alrighty. I muted his ass in case I talk to you guys while he's going to talk to somebody and they're going to say, send them another camera. And I'm going to shove it up my nose. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? Come on, I don't want to listen. The music they play out there makes you want to open a vein. I have put it in the dishwasher. You think that might have hurt it? I mean, it looks good, doesn't it? I don't look good, but the cameras, I mean, they fuck. But you see the drums over, especially the floor tom, is out of focus. Back there, it's out of focus. I can turn more light on. It's on. I turned my studio lighting on. It's not on the brightest, and I can't find my remote because there's 3,000 presets sitting on top and everything over here. Hey, Jonathan, the hell with coming down here. I'm sorry. To go to I'll probably get a damn copyright for that. Instead of coming down here to go to the Dandy House, come down here and help me clean my basement. I'll give you $50 an hour to do it. Not clean the basement. Just what's it called? What's the word? Is that what's called procrastination? Or is it called I don't care? Or is it called I don't know what else it's going to be called? If they don't have a macro function, then what do their specifications say as far as the minimum distance and object? Infinity, and I think 3 inches or 2 inches. I know what you meant. You don't have to worry about the extra D. I didn't see the D anyhow until you put an up there with an ampersand. Apathy. What you should be thinking about is sympathy for me because I'm always losing my mind over these cameras. How long have you heard me complain about the Logitech cameras? Almost as long as I've had them. It is, Red. It is. You know, this thing that YouTube has now with that little heart down there in the chat, it covers everybody's 2 words up, the last 2 words. And I'm in Restream here, and it did it again. And I really, okay, come on, Restream, catch up to the chat over there. You said something there. It still hasn't got the Restream yet. Oh boy, I think it's a user. No, it's not a user issue. I know what I'm doing. I plug it in, it's USB camera. I don't know why I just don't get a SLR, you know, just spend money on shit I don't need now. Why do you think I'm not playing these drums back here?
Hello, Paul. You still with me?
Yeah. Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much for patiently on hold and apologies for the waiting time. So, Paul, checking this out right here with the C920 itself, I'm not seeing that like under the specifications, like basically them being okay to read small items, coins, and like still like focus on the device. Right here, what I am seeing is by any chance with Logitune, have you tried to zoom in? Like more into the image
By using
if
the
you're able
zoom
to see it?
function, yeah, I have.
And
It
what happens?
it makes it bigger and blurrier.
I see.
I mean, it focuses. Let me. I'm on. I've got one of the cameras going right now. I'm going to put a coin up next to it that is. Well, I guess I don't. I lied. I'm on the wrong one. Okay, I can do this. I'm looking at it, and I have to wait, and finally it finds it, and then it goes out of focus. Then it comes back in, and then it goes out. And that breathing, that step focusing, is constantly going. Once it is focused, it falls back to the previous step focus function that it has, and makes it blurry again, and then it comes back up and catches it again. That's what I don't understand, rather than being just an open focus camera where it can say, oh, there it is, and it sees it and it stays, locked on it. And I make sure that if I'm showing something smaller and there's a background behind it, that background is covered by either using my hand, so it's only being able to see my hand and the coin, or the hand and any small item. So it should be able to focus directly onto that.
Got it. Thank you for letting me know that, Paul. And with that being the case, then yeah, looks like I'm gonna help you open up a ticket for this escalation, basically, so we can see our warranty department and acknowledge your case. Okay.
All righty.
Okay. For this, Paul, I'm going to be requesting a small video of the issue also.
Sure.
If you could provide that to me, that'd be perfect.
Absolutely.
Awesome, Paul. Other than this, is there anything else that I can help you with before I let you go?
No, that'll do it. Just send me the info and I'll get a video to you.
Awesome. Okay, sounds perfect, Paul. Then we'll stay in contact all through email, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. And we'll remind you that you're going to get a little survey about me. If you can help me there, you'd be helping me a lot.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Hope
sir.
you take care.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thinking specifically about the agent that you just spoke with, were you satisfied with the experience that they provided?
Yes.
If yes, press 3. If no, thank you for the feedback. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to let us know how we're doing. Enjoy the rest of your day.
That's it. That's it. That's it. One question. And don't they know it's nighttime here? Hey, Jonathan, you know what I'm going to do? And I know I can't do it myself. I don't even have time to do it. I want to look at the code of, well, yeah, I really couldn't. I couldn't. I went to school for Turbo Pascal. That's not even used anymore. I'd like to look at the code for Restream and the code for StreamYard and pick something that could interject some other features that you could program for things that we've talked about that I've forgotten that we talked about because it's not been 30 years. If it was 30 years ago, I can remember. If it was 3 minutes to 6 months ago, I can't remember. I have a spare document. No, I don't want you to send me no darn camera. No, sir. Thank you for the graciousness, but I need cameras that are going to. I need a camera like my GoPro. like the GoPros. I don't want to use GoPros because you can't hook them to the computer to hook them through the software, whether I'm using Filmora or even OBS or anything else. You got to use an app, and then the app is so latency crazy that it takes it forever, and which is not a problem because I'm going to be. Well, it would be a problem because I would have to have. I can't do this drum cover without 3 cameras. At least I've got to have at least 3 cameras. I need one by my foot. I need to let everybody in the world see that you don't need a double bass. I can do anything that a double bass person can do with 1 foot. And except 30-second notes, I can't go that fast. And then an overhead and one here. And then when I put it into my software, I can put a little bit. Well, the foot will always be there in a little small thing in the corner, or it won't be there at all on one of the cameras. And then but I want to be able to switch from left to right to overhead and things like that when I'm doing drum covers. I mean, I've had these drums. I retired in 2016. Jesus Christ, that's 7 years. Well, it'll be 7 years in December. But I retired in 2016. I didn't touch a drumstick at all until these guys came. Well, that's not true either. I did play a couple of times. I'm sorry, I lied. I'll have to go to bed with no dinner now. But I did play a couple of times, and I do when I go over to my guitarist. He's got a set of electronic drums in his little studio that I play over there. When the 2 of us will jam. But overall, I haven't played since the 16, and I bought these drums 3 months ago, and I don't even have 2 hours on them. I won't play them. I won't play them. I've got to get a new. I think I need to get either a Cobra pedal. I'm trying to find, and I see them on eBay all the time, but I really don't want to buy a used Ghost pedal. But the last time the Ghost pedal was manufactured in 1975, 77. So I'd have to find one new in a box somewhere, and that's not going to happen. I don't know. You want to come in and talk at all or anything? Or I don't know where Link is. I'm kind of worried that he hasn't gotten on. I know. Oh, he had a meeting. Didn't he have a meeting at a different prison? Yeah, he had to drive 2 hours to go tell everybody how to run a prison, I guess. No, I don't mean the cold air. If I could see into the cold, I could probably figure some things out as to, well, for instance, the other night when my computer had that, what was it called, stop code? I'm not giving you the damn link here. You can bet on that. That's not going to ever happen again in my world. Do I have Facebook open anywhere? I'll open it over here. Yeah, that's never going to happen. I will never put the code or the, Facebook open up. I won't put the link in chat anymore. Link unsent a message 1 hour ago. Where are you, Jonathan? Oh, there you are. I see Albert saw my last message too, but didn't say nothing. What's the matter with him? Excuse me. Let me see if I just saw that he saw it, that he read it. Where'd he go? This monitor is too big for me.
Al's reading messages and not saying anything?
Huh?
Al's reading your messages and not saying anything?
Yeah, I lost it. I got to go back to Facebook. My mouse is doing that jicky thing again, too. I'm having problems with the computer or something. Where did Al go?
I have a Logitech. Let's see if it focuses on this.
No, I'm sorry. I said, hey, Al, want to get on StreamYard? We're talking. Remember that the other night I sent that to him. He didn't read that one.
That's about 4 inches away from my Logitech.
He needs to get what?
That's
Okay.
about 4 inches away from my Logitech.
You got a lot. Which Logitech do you have?
I don't know the number. I can find out actually. Hold on.
645?
It is settings. A 925E. C925E.
I don't even know that one. Well, this is a C920. You think that is that fairly new?
Yeah. But my point is, it's not focusing very well. Well, now it does.
Yeah, if you play, you should not have to play. They boast, Logitech boasts about this.
Actually, I guess it does okay.
It does all right. It looks okay.
I see what you mean, though. Yours goes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they let him out of prison.
Leatherhead Penny did the same thing. What did you? I just got into chat. I
Link
was
has escaped. Hi, Link. Come
I
on
was
here,
in
Link.
chat a second ago, Link, and it said you unsent a message.
Paul's upset with you, so you better get on here.
Oh, I'm not up.
He needs an explanation.
Oh, wait a minute.
Immediately.
I'm probably going to start swearing again.
Oh, you'd have to send it to him in Messenger, though. You don't want Dillweed coming back on.
You got to be shitting me. How can that be? How? What are you, a dealer? I don't know. I don't mean drugs. Are you a dealer with this thing? How can you? Where did you find a price like that?
What are you talking about? Oh,
Link,
are you on YouTube?
Link, Mr. Santa Claus. Don't ever say anything online that you need because he'll send it to you. That's pocket change. How could something?
I don't need it, Link, but a half ounce of gold would be nice.
Hey, Link or Link. That's what I said the first time. I forgot what I was going to say.
Cameras? Prison?
Yeah, camera. Are these cameras comparable to your cameras?
Oh, is he getting you outdoor or indoor cameras to capture things at the Dandy House? I don't know what
No,
you'd call them. No?
no, he's got 16 of those damn things.
Oh, what camera is he sending you? None of my business, I guess. But
It's going to take him 3 hours to respond.
are you in your car, Link?
Yeah. What time is it? 8:30? No, he's got.
Sorry, your car, not your car. Are you in your car?
He's trying to
Your
send me a
automobile?
picture. You already sent me a picture, you dope
Oh.
you. I wish I had.
Is he sending you one of those pictures? Like you
In
sent
his
Al?
case, I hope not. 2 terabyte wired DVR system with active deterrent bullet cameras. I can't even get a fucking Logitech for that price. I mean, I can get two. You can get 2 Logitechs for that price. I think he's making something up. To be honest with you, I think he's lying like a son of a bitch. Know what?
He's not in his
saying-
car. Asked if he was in his car.
I don't need sound. They're not going to be sounded. Sound goes through the mixer through microphones on the drums, and the sound for the music will be on my computer. And then I mix the two together, and happy days are here again. You mean they're up to 4K? I hope they're not just, what's the word? What's the word? When something's
Link, come on here and talk to him.
Yeah, get on here, will you?
It'll make much more sense.
I got a lot of emails the other day from watching our video saying, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys?"
For what?
When I'm always yelling at Link, and he just talks and talks and talks and talks. You say something to him, he doesn't hear you, and he keeps on going.
He tuned you out. He knows what to do.
I talked to Dan, by the way, Link. Oh, I told you. No, I didn't tell you. Did
Well,
I tell
don't
you?
tell him till he comes on here.
Are you coming on? You and Tina are the only two people in the world I know that actually literally types out laugh out loud.
Oh.
We ought to just have a round robin
Oh.
once a week and schedule it so people probably build the channel that way where everybody comes in just to see you talk logically, me yell all the time, and Link talk in circles. My cell expands it. I put an LOL. Oh, your cell expands it. Did you see the 1899 half quarter?
With the counter stamp?
Yeah,
Whatever that is. Yeah.
really bad shape. That's just melt value.
That doesn't look like a counter stamp. It looks like, well, I mean, it looks like some kid did that. It was not a storekeeper putting his advertisement on there, that sort of thing. There's no link for me to come on, you dork. I say.
Oh,
harsh.
No, but it does look like a counter stamp when I look at it. Now, Paul, Facebook.
But why would somebody put a 9 on it?
know,
Usually they put
maybe
the name of their store or a political candidate or.
I've seen just numbers on other coins before. I've seen like 35 and 72. And okay, what am I doing?
But why?
Somebody help me out. Why is my chat now in Facebook on the left side?
Blame Zuckerberg.
It's never been on the left side before.
I'll pop out so Link can get on here.
Why do you gotta? Why do you gotta? Why do you have to pop out? You're what makes it.
I don't know. I don't want to be called a dork. It's why. I went back and I watched some of Link's earlier videos. It must have been the first time he was there, and he was walking down. I don't know what the main drag is in Olean, but that looks like a really pretty town. It's a lot prettier than mine.
It's cute. It's a nice town.
What's the population?
Oh my God, I think it's 16,000 now.
Oh, okay. So
it was 24. I think it's closer to 14. It was 24,000 when I was a teen.
Okay.
But all the industry left, and
it looks really nice.
It's not a bad. I don't remember where he was. Oh, he was downtown. Yeah, because was he talking about squirrels? The big squirrels, were they in that video?
He took a picture of or took some video of a sculpture of a squirrel, I think it was.
Okay, yeah, it's downtown Olean area. Olean was falling apart. They put in roundabouts now, and
yeah,
and the storefronts are a lot cleaner and everything. But
yeah, looks nice.
Looks better. We got a little mall here, but it's falling apart. There's no stores in it either.
Didn't show where the ice cream shop was though.
No, but I did. I put a video on YouTube where it was.
Did you really?
Or did I put it on Facebook? I might have put it on Facebook because Angel went suntanning in the building that used to be the bank next door to the fountain. And I walked out.
Youth, that's right.
When you walk out, you walk right into the grass of where the fountain would have been.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a freaky feeling standing there. It's the first time I actually walked where the building was.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Get on with your phone too. Don't try getting on with your computer and talk one word every 40 seconds.
Hey, go. Yeah,
that's what Satoshi videos. He's talking and his mouth moves 5 minutes later.
I hope he called. We'll have to ask him. I hope he called his internet company. That's ridiculous.
I guarantee he didn't.
Really?
But even to have 3 or 4 or 5 megabits per second, every time we tested it with speed test, he was getting 0.6, 0.9, 0.4, 0.6, 0.4, 0.6.
Point something is dial up.
I don't even think that is dial up even that slow?
Well, they had what, 12K baud modems, and then they upped them to 24K baud modems,
Yeah.
and then the 56K baud modems. So
I-
that would be
I got-
half, right?
When I had the computer bulletin
6,000K.
board,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't have a link to join.
I said it in Messenger. I'm sure as hell not going to put it in the chat and have Silver come back in again.
Well, you could, and if he did, you just wouldn't invite him.
Well, that's true.
I think.
Yeah, there it is under Link Summerfield, right there. Studio Restream. Hey, if I click on it, can I get back in again?
You probably would come on twice. Try it.
I should try it like 6 times.
Because I think that's how people do that and get a separate camera. But you don't need to do that because you can add a separate camera with a button. On StreamYard, I think that's what they do.
Yeah.
They
No,
reinvite
here.
themselves.
Yeah, StreamYard. You can add a second source here. Hi, Charlie.
Yeah. Hi, Charlie.
Watch, want to see? I don't see a link to join. Oh my God, it's a big thing that says Restream.
Maybe you should put it in chat. Oh my gosh.
Big square picture in the chat under Link Summerfield. See it again? Looks just like the one that's on top of it.
Oh my gosh. So what else do you have coming from Whatnot? You don't know?
I didn't even know what this stuff was.
Now that copy of the American Silver Eagle, that's the first thing I saw when you flipped it. Well, the first thing I saw was the expression on her face. That does not look right.
Yeah.
In God We Trust, the font looks really skinny. But on the back, I saw copy right away. You didn't pay for that, I hope.
I don't think so. No, I think that was a giveaway.
Okay.
It had to be.
Fake
But this,
ASE giveaway. Nice.
but the nickel thing. Here he comes. He said he got to get down in the basement. I could talk about him again, and he can't come in, and he can't say nothing to me. He could just stare at his screen like he is, and he's got his screen pointing the wrong way. I'm not bringing you in until you fix your screen.
Sideways, sideways.
Oh, he turned his screen off. He turned his screen off.
Turn your phone.
Turn your phone.
No, not the camera. We don't need to see your leg.
How did he do that? Turn the room?
Oh my God.
Turn the phone 90
What a fuck.
There you go.
Hey.
There wasn't any paperwork with that one, Jonathan, but
Hey,
the
Marty.
nickel one said free shit right on it.
Oh
Free.
my God.
There you go. Free shit.
I should not have to wait for a camera to focus that long. You know what they're going to do? This is what they did last time. They opened up a repair ticket, and then they said, right in the repair ticket, we're sending
Free
you
shit.
the camera.
It says free shit somewhere.
Hi, Marty.
Hey, Marty. Hey, Treasure.
Okay, I got something from Canada, and I wanted to show Marty. I don't know what it was, nor do I know where it is, so forget about it.
Are you two twins with a sweatshirt?
Are we wearing the same shit again? No,
I
no,
wore it
I
because
ruined mine. I put bleach on mine, and so mine.
I took mine off. I took mine off down here last night, and I thought,
dead. See,
Jesus
mine looks
Christ.
dead. I'm a dead person because I put some bleach in mine, so
Why
mine
do you-
looks more realistic.
Did you watch the video? Did you watch the video?
Yeah, while I was driving my 2 hours to work up north and back, I did watch it. I didn't like that Dan said there's 5 bodies buried when a year ago he said there were 12 bodies buried. 8 had coffins, 4 didn't. He said the chainsaw boy got killed on the property behind.
He didn't.
the barn.
Warren
it goes
Emerson was killed on his own property.
I know that, but I'm just telling you what Dan told that group.
Why are you
And
telling me? I
you
watched
would've
the
heard
video
it.
and I told you about it.
What?
Why are you telling me? I watched the video, then told you about it.
Well, no, I think we were talking about how everybody gets it wrong.
They do.
But Dan had said a long time ago that there were like 12. I counted 14 of those little stakes when I
The
was there.
flags,
Until
yeah.
the
there's
lawnmower
14.
guy drove them all over. I'm like, son of a bitch. You know how much it cost to get?
Chainsaw Boy, there's a nickname.
Well, whatever. He Buzzsaw Boy. I don't know his name. But my point is, there were 12 dead. There were 12 dead people at one time, and now he's telling everybody 5. I don't understand how numbers and things can change.
I don't know. We'll find out. It wasn't a chainsaw.
I'm so
boy.
frustrated. What did I call him? Chainsaw Boy? Yeah. And he told him that they were all killed behind the barn. And then I heard the barn was tore down years ago to put in the pond. And then
it was. He's saying it was burned down. It didn't.
Yeah,
burn.
now he's saying it's burned down. Oh my God.
Nope. Donna Reese had the barn torn down, and part of the barn is still in the pond. You'll find boards and everything else.
Well, so why is Dan?
I think Dan just doesn't know. I think he just doesn't know. I don't know. I mean, I told him the barn was knocked down. I also told him that Warren died on his own property. That his dad.
Warren, that's the chainsaw massacre.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the chainsaw massacre.
Whatever. I'm the one that gave the cemetery its name. I don't care what anybody says.
Because
Where's the cemetery located?
Oh Christ! Where all the dead people are.
Jonathan.
Where the 12 or 14 stakes were before the lawnmower man drove them over.
And how do they know there are burials there?
I think it was a secret at the time, but I'm sorry. Anybody who's cutting with a rider sees these little red and green stakes in the yard, with flags, like the gas line and stuff like that. You don't drive over them.
Well, you do if you're drunk at the time.
Yeah. Or high or something.
That's what's his name, but does the lawn up there, and he's very careful. He's a great guy.
Who?
Oh, I can't even think of his name. He lives
right
down
the
the
fisherman.
road.
Oh, your buddy, the fisherman who was going to go skinny dipping and make a bunch of noise. Okay.
Not Fi.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Because I told you the
dipping
story.
in the pond and there's a snapping turtle in there. Yeah, he'll make some noise.
A snapping turtle. Remember, I told Paul, I told you that Marty and I had left. We locked up the house. We came back. The gate was wide open and the locks were on the floor. And I said, do all the lawnmower boys in town come in and crap in the house and then, leave their pepper tracks for people to realize that they were in there while the renters were gone? Oh, my God.
How the hell can't I find his obituary?
Who? Fi? He didn't croak. We couldn't be so lucky.
Oh, will you shut up? Not Fi Emerson.
Oh, Warren. Mm-hmm. I guess I had a bad day, but actually it was okay. I just had to drive 2 hours to a different facility and drive 2 hours back. I'm in a good mood. I'm alive.
And they let you out of the facility. So
yes. They didn't lock me in for the night.
Good.
Mm-hmm. I was a good boy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where the hell is it? Why is it not coming up?
Yeah, and Paul told me I'm trying to hold my phone still. Paul told me the other day he's looking for 1/8 of an acre up on the Camp Road.
No, I wasn't looking for it. I said I'd like to know if anybody would
what can you do with
anybody would
acre?
sell
That's
it.
A tiny lot.
Put on a camper maybe.
Camper, yeah.
But I don't think you can get a sewer and a well because they have to be X amount of feet away from each other.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Put up a lawn chair?
Well, 1/8 of an acre. That's like, I don't know what the dimensions would be, but that's tiny.
50 by 50 probably.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, if you put
Bring
the
your own
sewer,
water and have a chemical toilet or something.
maybe, or just crap on the grass like the dogs do, and
No, I would like it just to be an annoyance to Mr. Fi.
Oh,
Ah, gotcha.
He's
Gotcha,
a very
gotcha.
bad man.
That's actually a kind of a clever idea. Maybe we can do a GoFundMe page for that.
sounds good to me. Well, he doesn't even own the house. That lady does.
You can have drag shows up there in the weekend and
There you go.
anything to anger him.
Loud noise.
They're
You
very
know,
loud,
people
yeah.
coming and going.
Hang on that. Hang on.
Joe Biden signs all over the place.
Naked people splashing in the pond. Yeah. Mhm.
Well, he'd like that.
Yeah. Yeah. If you saw him, yeah. Mm.
Hey,
Yeah.
I found
What?
I found Cassie's story. Here, okay, I just found the deed too. Son of a bitch. This is the deed that I have.
Share it if you can.
This is the deed that I have. Let me get this over on my.
Are we
other-
picking up from where we left off?
I'm just trying to get something. I'm trying to find Warren's obituary to show Jonathan, to show how he died, where he died, and all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm curious
yeah.
what
I've
year
never
it was.
seen that either.
I have this upstairs in a folder, in a tub somewhere.
So there wasn't a proper sawmill on the property. I'm guessing it was more like a little.
they had
portable-
a somewhat of a makeshift saw on his property
Like, did they sell lumber, or was it just for themselves?
for a little bit of everybody back. This was in 1942. I'm trying. How do I make this
42.
big? Right there. Okay. And now I'm going to read it. I don't know. Can you see it? All right.
I can see it, but I'm not going to touch it and lose the whole picture.
Russell
Well-
K. and Emily LaFavor to Elijah S. Edwards.
Elijah,
Just listen.
1890.
That's 1870 because your glasses don't work.
Your brother.
And then the house was sold to Mattie Edwards, or the house was sold to, what's that say? Perea? P-E-R-A?
Aaron Edwards for $400,
Okay, I'm going to boost this up. Parent Edwards, $400.
then deeded to the McMahons.
Deeded to the McMahons in 1912. McMahon. And then, okay, this is not the complete deed because what I have, it shows all the way to 69 where it was deeded to Ken and Donna Reese, I'm sorry. But it was
Well-
McMahon's. It was McMahon's all the way up to 1950. See, Elizabeth and Margaret O'Brien was the McMahon, Margaret McMahon. She was the wife of John O'Brien, who came to my book signing and said, "Why did you write a book about my in-laws that isn't true?" I said, "What can I tell you? It is true."
A book about my in-laws.
Well, he was married to
book
one of
wasn't
the
about the-
McMahons, and his family was all distraught because we talked about it.
You didn't mention the McMahons in your book, though. You mentioned, did you?
No, they are
No, but
mad.
that's who owned it.
Yeah,
They're-
right. But you didn't
they're
mention them by
mad.
name.
No,
The-
but it was a loving home, so they had a right. I can probably find the newspaper articles they bitched about at the Times Herald.
Well, buddy, you have a problem? Call a lawyer. Now, Russell K. and Emily LaFavor in 1870.
sorry.
Oh, link's gone. So the LaFavors owned the property in 1870. They deeded it to Elijah Edwards. Did they have a house on there at the time? And if they had a house in 1870, when was the house built? You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, here's a new story, and I've got. Oh shit! I just streamed away from it. Or, I mean, I just linked away from it. Cassie did some research and found the house was built earlier. Dan said in his video with Paranormal Files, the house was built in 1854. And there were two brothers who owned the house in 1854 who killed people, buried them on the land, and that's where the stagecoach and all that shit comes in. Here's the thing, Jonathan, you're a good thinker. Jesus Christ, I bring him in and he goes away, and I bring him in and he goes away. You're here.
I fell off.
Okay, listen.
All right. keep
I
it.
don't know what I don't know what I was talking about.
You said what you were about to make a assumption, prediction, conjecture about something.
About when it was built.
Yeah, 1850. There was a house there, according to someone.
Yeah, supposedly 1854 was built.
I don't have a problem believing that. I would research
either.
Russell and Emily Lefevre, go through like the census, see where they lived, go to the town records, the poll tax records, see if they own property.
Well, here's my. Boy, there was something I was going to make a big point about, and it had nothing to do with that part. Another thing, Maddie deeded it to Edwards for $400. I don't think the house was deeded for $400. How could it be? I know how much my dad's house on 8th Street. Stagecoach. Thank you, Charlie. That's the whole thing. Okay.
But if it was an Edwards to an Edwards, maybe it was like an estate sort of
thing. It could be. But here's the thing.
In 1912? Yeah,
Jesus
400.
Christ.
Jesus, Marie and Joseph.
The whole Stagecoach story never came from anybody but Alex Tannis, and everybody ran with it.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone again. So there's never been any record of a Stagecoach road near the property.
Quit pressing that button. You were pressing buttons, and I think you hit your turn-off button.
I know. I was trying to zoom in to see 1912, $400.
Okay, I got to get back to this. This is very important. Alex Tannis was a world-renowned psychic. You can look him up, the Alex Tannis Foundation. He worked with Dr. Osis. He worked with many people. He went to all kinds of places in the world. He told me my birthday, and he didn't know it. Nobody knew my birthday in the house. Father Al didn't know my birthday. Okay, whoopee. Maybe he was psychic. I'm sure he was. He proved it in so many ways. It's pathetic. When he came to the house, he said that the house at one time was an inn, and that the people who owned the inn, he never said anything about brothers, so that's a whole new aspect. He said the people that owned the inn would kill people, rob people, kill them when they stopped there in a stagecoach. That was from Alex Tannis. That was his impression the first time he went to the property in 1973. Came back in 74 and did all the exorcism and all that crap. So that's where the story comes in. Nobody ever said Stagecoach before that or any time at all. But now that's set in stone because Alex.
Yeah.
My book was based on Alex's findings. Clara's book was based on Alex's findings. My new book is based on bullshit, embellished stories, lies, and all that stuff, and what I experienced with my friends at the house. That's
I
what
thought you cut all that crap out.
I did cut all the bad stuff out. Okay. Let people come to their own conclusions. I don't need to verify that I met well over 50 people who are nothing but a bunch of liars, and I can prove it. It's pretty easy to prove.
And I came to you after all that.
Huh?
I came to you. You met me after that drama.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So basically, when you saw me, you went, "Oh, here comes another one of those dumb beep 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 beep." Yeah. Yeah. Because that's just how it is. They're all in a row. Of course, you're going to think the next one is. And I don't think that I'm anything like those people.
No, you're not. You're not even an investigator. You don't even. I mean, you're just interested like I am. I want to know what is causing that house to go insane.
Yeah. Paul, just as an outsider, I have two issues with that house being a Stagecoach inn. First, I don't know what they're like in Western New York, but in New England, the old inns from the 1800s are huge houses that had plenty of rooms. That's a tiny house, especially if the addition wasn't on at the time. The second,
very
well, it must have been. There must have been some sort of kitchen. The second thing is, how far is it from Olean? If you're coming from the northern part of New York or wherever, and you're going down towards Olean, wouldn't you rather stay in Olean where it's a bit more populated, where there might be a hotel, where there might be a boarding house, than this little backwoods house that might be a stagecoach stop? I don't know.
Well,
I don't quite buy it.
yeah, what Charlie's talking about there, how about a layover, a horse exchange? There was a way station. Alex talked about a way station. And when I found the basement to the Burlingame root cellar, it became the way station. Because we needed one. We needed a way station. I found the Burlingame root cellar, and that became the way station. And another guy, Michael Rambacher, who is a psychic UFOologist, he's a demonologist, he's a fucking quack, is what he is. Left his amputated wife to go chase UFOs.
Oh my God.
He was giving tours at the house when Flo and Joe lived there to raise money for them and to give insight into the story of the house. And he would charge them $20 and he would pocket some of it. I don't know how much, but I mean, people on the tour told me that he would have 20 people on the tour. I think he had a maximum that he would do. So that's okay. 20 times 20 is 400. Huh? I mean,
20
yeah.
20
Yeah.
times 20 is 400.
Yeah. And, and people would see him hand them $150 or $200 or $210 or $195. And here's the thing. I was going up to see Flo and Joe when I moved back to Olean in 99. The same, here you go again. You want coincidence? We came to Olean. We had problems with mechanics on the way here. We stayed over in Kansas City because of a tornado warning. We were going to be here on the 15th of August. We got here on the 17th of August, the day I met the family. And within 3 hours of reaching Olean, we were at the house. And I met Flo and Joe on August 17th, the same day I met the Dandy family.
That's interesting.
Wow.
I went up and I talked to them and I told them who I was. And that's when I heard that Clara wrote a book. They told me that. I didn't know. I lost contact with Clara in San Jose. So I talked to Flo. And I said, can I come up again? I won't come in or nothing, but can I come up on your property and just walk around? Oh, sure. Okay. All right. That's fine. Well, I was doing that every day after work. Every day I was going up there after work. And I would give Joe a $20 bill. And he'd always say, what's this for? I said, your inconvenience of me being on your property. He said, yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. And then I'd bring up quarts of strawberries and blueberries because Flo and Joe loved them. And one day I called Flo. It was kind of early, late afternoon, 5 o'clock. I said, can I bring a couple of my friends up and just walk on the property? She said, and who is this? I said, it's Paul. She said, you know what? If you ever come up here again, I'm gonna have you arrested and I'm gonna sue you if you write a book about my house. And she hung up on me. I said, what the fuck happened here? So, I was miffed by that. I asked Mike Rambacher, could you find out why, could you ask Flo and Joe, why are they mad at me? And he said, I've been asking them and asking them and asking them. And they just said they don't want you here. So I got doing some more investigating of my own. And then they had this thing called a spirit walk up there that Mike Rambacher and another gentleman did. And that also, if you look on YouTube, look up the Hinsdale House webisodes. There's a whole bunch of them. Just a crock of crap. It's the whole production was a crock of garbage. Well, they did the spirit walk up there. I was supposed to be interviewed by Mike Rambacher, and God, I wish I could remember the guy's name. He was doing productions of everything all over New York. Well, he asked Flo and Joe, and they said, if you let him come on our property, you can all leave. So Angel and Tina wanted to go on the spirit walk. And I said, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm going to. So we went up and there was tons of cars. There were probably 100 people there.
Oh my God.
And we got up there and I parked way down the road and we walked up to the front of the driveway where they were taking the money and giving you a little ticket. And I took one and I put a hat on. And Flo and Joe were in the backyard and I'm walking around the property. They had a gentleman dressed up as an Indian on a horse. They had a couple of other women dressed up as Indian squaws walking
Oh,
around the
jeez.
property. Spirit walk. They told us to just walk the property and don't talk. Walk anywhere you want, meander. Well, we were whispering to each other as we walked around by the pond. And that's when Nick, Angel's brother at the time, was 8 years old. He asked me, "Is this where you saw that Dizzy, what you call her?" I said, "I didn't see her. Phil did." But this is where I asked him, and he got mad at me. Well, we walked from the pond back toward the back of the house, and Flo and Joe were sitting in their chairs out in the yard, and there was this one big guy, 6'5", 6'7", huge guy. I was walking alongside of him and a couple other people, so they couldn't see me. I didn't want to upset Flo and Joe. I liked that old couple, but I wanted to find out why they didn't want me on their property anymore. Well, we stayed away from where they couldn't see us, and Rambacher started talking to the group of people that filled up the whole backyard. And he said, suddenly this script fell into my hands about the original exorcism. Fell into his hands. I gave him that goddamn script. Me. I had the original script. I gave it to him. And when I heard that, I got mad. I almost jumped right out in front of everybody and said, "Now, you know what? Let's get to the bottom of everything that's going on." Well, I finally found out through some other people that knew Flo and Joe well that Rambacher was telling them I didn't know the Dandy family. I'd never been there before. He's telling you a bunch of lies to get on your property and get involved. He didn't want to share the spotlight with me. I wasn't after no spotlight. I didn't give two shits. So this is where it all started with Rambacher. He was a phony. And that's in my book. And I slam-basted him as hard as I possibly could. And it's got to be done.
Yeah.
He was a fake. He was a rip-off artist, just like so many of them in the paranormal community are. And I will speak my mind. When I know facts, I will speak them. And if it hurts other people, well, I'm sorry. If it hurts the good people, I'm really sorry. But I need to go with the flow and realize with any industry or anything at all, there's bad people.
Mm-hmm.
And I know if Dan were to hear this tonight, he'd probably take my keys away from me. I have my own keys to the house.
No, he knows it's true. He just doesn't
Dan
want
is
to. He just doesn't
Dan
want to
is the
talk about
best
it.
thing that ever happened to that house. I wish I had bought it when KG offered it to me, and I didn't. I didn't want the headaches that I knew that came with it. But I mean, I don't know. Would I have turned it into a research center? I don't know, because I was going to burn it down. And I mean, I told the police I was going to burn it down. That house was killing too many people. Not the house itself, not the entities, not the overall story of what goes on there. It's just the house made so many people obsessed with it that it was taking them away from their families and everything. And it did that to so many people. And now you've got all these lies and it's called the Hinsdale House, Red. You can find it on YouTube all over the place. Yeah, there's a lot of bad people in society, Charlie. There is. Dan is the best thing that ever happened to that place. I mean, he has saved it. But the one thing that I spent nearly 20 pages on, which is a 2-paragraph story, I spent 20 pages explaining that pull the house has on certain people. That I don't know how the hell you could say pull, you could say calling. They all mean the same thing. But when you are sitting and you're concentrating on it, you could be having sex in the house. Bam, you have to be there. You have to be. I don't even know what the hell that means. That's almost psychotic behavior.
Yeah, and then when you get there, the house harasses you
Harass.
or hits you in the head or screams at you. Of course, you're antagonizing, so
I didn't have. I didn't have a calling for months before that happened. I didn't have one that day. We were just going up to meet Mike and the gals because they asked us to come up.
Mm.
I wasn't
Yeah.
up there because of the house. I don't go up when they call. They called me last week. You think I'm going to go? I just ignore it. Fuck you. I'm not going. I don't want to be up there. I'm not afraid of it, but I won't spend the night there. Not alone because I know I won't come out. Father Al told me the same thing. Stay away from the house. You've caused too much trouble. I don't know what he means by that because I'm not into this. I'm not in the full realm of what paranormal activity can do to somebody. I know what it can do to somebody. And I say those words and I feel like I'm nuts. It's hard to believe things like that. How can you expect a logical thinking person to believe you can be standing still in a beautiful countryside and suddenly you're whacked like somebody hit you with a baseball bat?
Jesus.
How and you're bleeding. You're literally bleeding. Everybody saw it happen. I'm standing in sides of my arms and boom, I go flying into the van. What the hell causes
Jesus.
stuff like that? Demons, they say.
Well, it ain't it's fallen angels,
I don't
demons. Yes.
see that's where this is where I get lost because I just don't believe that shit. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it.
Oh. Well, I've been turning to Catholic. Nothing wrong with Catholic. I'm Lutheran. I've been turning to Catholic preachers online who are peddling their stories of being an exorcist, and I am hearing what they have to say, and it is very interesting how what they say as a rule. Oh my God. Yep. Okay, that matches. Yep. If you listen to them and about what they witness and this and that, like anything that's scary, for example, they all agree is the devil. Well, they don't say that it's Lucifer, but they say that it's either Lucifer, the one that they consider the the worst, or one of his, as they called it the other day, one of his lieutenants, and then they say there's millions more under him. They're the minions, the little ones. But he says that if it's bad, it's the devil. If it's not bad and you don't feel that, then it's the very rare situation where God lets spirit come back for whatever they need to do.
I don't know. I was
That's
raised
what
Catholic.
that's what the Catholic people say.
I talked to Father Al about this a lot, and his explanations are, I have to admit, they were over my head. You really would have to read his archives. It's like reading a scientist. It's like reading like he were some sort of physicist or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was so intelligent with how he went around the corner of everything there was to come up with a solution to things that have no solutions. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I think this is the other deed, the corrected deed that Cassie came up with. She's got all these things
In red.
marked out. I don't remember. You can read here.
It's the same document, right?
Yeah, it is. Let me put this link into YouTube's chat. Well, where the hell's YouTube at? I don't even know. Am I on? That's Restream.
What's
Let
the
me
matter?
let me put this in to YouTube, Jonathan, because you like you like the history part. And this is Cassie's story about. I think that. Let me. I'm going to click on that and open it. Yeah, Hinsdale haunting Western New York's greatest historical folly. And if you read this, you're going to find a lot of the things that she's saying is what I've been saying all along since 1973. She taught. Okay, paranormal investigator. Here we go. Michael Rambacher began this morning filming with a brief story. In 1737, local Native Americans who were part of the 7 tribes of the Iroquois Confederation, the Senecas. I'm friends with a couple of the shaman from the Senecas. Who's having?
My dog is having she wants some food. Forget about that.
Go feed your dog.
Don't be distracted. It's very important to concentrate.
Okay, the Senecas sent a proclamation to Alexander Hamilton of the Continental Congress stating that they were actively opposed to the formation of the United States. That was true.
All right. The Continental Congress wasn't around in 1737.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What'd you say, Jonathan?
I said the Continental Congress wasn't around in 1737.
Well, I wasn't even paying attention to the date. I read it, but I didn't pay attention to it. But I mean, the statement that the Federation, they didn't want the United States to become what it was. I read that in history. Am I wrong?
During the campaign.
What, they have the date wrong?
1773, maybe.
Yeah.
Could that be just a typo? I don't know.
Be.
Because I say they were okay. And at that time, there were 4 other villages in the Iroquois Confederation who would not sign the proclamation. According to Rambacher, the Iroquois Federation became upset and ordered those villages destroyed. During the campaign, over 800 men, women, and children were killed in the area that is now Main Street in Hinsdale. Main Street in Hinsdale, according to the people that live there, is just as haunted as the Dandy House.
Wow.
Rambacher went on to state that those casualties are what laid the groundwork for spirit disturbances in the Hinsdale area. Rambacher told participants that ancient burial grounds lie within 250 feet of the Hinsdale house, and that's bullshit. It's not true. Only if you want to believe it, it's true.
So, Rambacher, is he considered a reliable source by others?
Nut. He's a nut.
Is he a Catholic priest?
He's Reverend Rambacher, but he's only Reverend because he got on the internet to do that.
Church of whatever.
Oh my God!
Pay $20 and get your certificate.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. Mm-hmm.
Does she have a map? Here you go. Are you ready to hear about Warren Emerson? I'll read it. Ready? Link.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
I can't see it. It's too blurry. Alfred Warren Emerson, 16-year-old Hinsdale Central School sophomore, died Wednesday night, June 24th, 1942 at 11 o'clock at the Cuba Memorial Hospital, Cuba, from a fractured skull received when he was I can't see. Attacked? No. He was struck on the head with a buzzsaw 3 hours earlier. Boy, with his father, Elvin Emerson, and his grandfather, Douglas, were very blurry and not able to read the story.
Oh, my God.
But they were throwing. Can you read it, Jonathan? Your eyes are better.
Okay. Alfred Warren Emerson, 16-year-old Hinsdale Central School sophomore, died Wednesday night, June 24th, 1942 at 11 o'clock in the Cuba Memorial Hospital, Cuba, from a fractured skull received when he was struck on the head by a buzzsaw 3 hours earlier. The boy with his father, Elwin Emerson, and his grandfather, Douglas Cole, was buzzing wood near the farm home in Haskell Flats, town of
near the farm home, not at the house.
when the tree branch, which they were sawing,
Live right
caught,
now.
caught, throwing the saw against the boy's head. He was rushed
my
to the
camera.
Hinsdale house, and no, I shouldn't laugh at that. He was rushed immediately to the Cuba hospital where he died. So yes, it doesn't say anything about that.
Well, it does.
Where's
Here's
Haskell
what
Flats?
that's that whole area up there.
An area, just an area. It's not a
It's,
town.
It's just what it's called up in the area near the house.
There's a couple of hills over there, and they have names for them. You know, they're not city like.
Here you go with this now. This has nothing to do with the house.
But the boy has been seen on the road just around there, and that's where they tie it into the house, right?
Another story here, Link.
Huh?
There's another story here. Why don't you pay attention?
I am.
The boy who killed his brother.
Yeah, I just heard that one tonight, and I went, yeah, that wasn't in. He insinuated it was in the Hinsdale house, the Danny
Well,
house.
I don't think he said that. I don't think
No, he insinuated it. When he told those people, yeah, and this brother killed his other brother, and they took it as it happened
Yeah.
right there. So he's embellishing a little. Is that the word? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a doctorate degree.
Well, the story goes they were arguing about religion. No, what the brother was cheating on the girlfriend with the brother.
Right.
And he got mad and they did drinking, and he said, "Well, what the hell? I think I'll shoot my brother."
I don't think that was the real story. I think the brother was cheating on the other brother's boyfriend. That's what I think happened.
You would think that.
Well, you know, if we're going to screw up the story, we may as well screw it up. So, yeah. Because it sounded like it happened there. Because when I was driving down the road, I was screaming,
What are
that
you reading,
happened down the
Jonathan?
road.
I'm reading further down where it says, well, I'll just read it.
There's
Miller
a
met-
lot here. There's a lot here. I was trying to get to a couple of spots. I'm trying to see who it was that in loving memory of Michael Davey. This is a pretty sizable article. It's pretty good. I'm trying to see if she has in here who the guy was that came up with Rambacher to do the spirit walk and all that nonsensical stuff. Rumors of the chief being buried, burial in several mounds have swirled for several years, which it's not, there's no proof. I'm not going to say it's not true, but there's no proof. I mean, Cassie is saying everything that I already talked about. Again, okay, right here, the Continental Congress met from 1774 to 89, and to continue, Alexander Hamilton was born in 1717. I don't think so. My eyes are so bad. Okay, you're right, Jonathan. You're right. Up here at the beginning, he's talking about Rambacher, his article of 1737. The Continental Congress met from 1774 to 89.
Hello.
So there you go. You got 37 years difference there. Exactly, 37 years.
You're cheating. You have a calculator.
Do you see the part where it says, let us continue with the deed search pulled from Father Trebold's archives?
I'm not sure, Charlie.
Upon reviewing the 1853 map, I noted that Russell K. and Emily LaFavor were noted on the deed. Imagine my shock when I noticed that Russell K. and Louis LaFavor farms seated on Yardman and Emerson roads in the Haskell Flats area are nowhere near the property of McMahon. This led me to researching the Lefevre family. In 1832, John Lefevre settled into the area, building a hotel on what is present-day Haskell Road.
That's still there.
Two of his nephews built farms as above, Emerson and Yardman Road. John Lefevre later sold the hotel to Ambrose Salisbury in 1844. Many Lefevre family members returned home to Reading, New York. I wonder if that's why he sold. Lewis remained in the area until his death. L.L. Lefevre, adored by the community for his philanthropic life. The Edwards family moved into the Lefevre farms, renting it first and purchasing it later. So that Edwards family that's noted as 1870, they could have lived there earlier than that, renting the house, according to this.
Yeah.
So yeah, the house could be from the 1850s or 1840s. I don't have a problem believing that.
Okay, isn't there a way to date a house by the wood cuts?
I
was listening to I was doing some research last week, and a carpenter was saying you could tell what decade of what century a house was cut, whether it's hand cut, saw cut, or there was another cut too. I can't remember. Damn it. And in what era that was done by the cut of the wood.
I suppose, but I would just go to the town records and see what's the earliest, or maybe this person who wrote the article already did that.
You know, maybe she didn't. No, she didn't. I'm going to go to the county seat and see when I got the deed of the county seat, it showed me this one here. It showed me this right here.
Yeah.
That the house was Russell K. and I believe Lefevre to Elijah Edwards were the first ones to give anybody the house. So was Russell K. and Lefevre the first owners of the house in 1870, or was there Cattaraugus County? Yeah. Did they? Is this where the deed started with them? I don't know. But on a map that I have, and I've got to pull that out of my somewhere, there is on the map on McMahon Road. If you were to, okay, let me do it here with my mouse. Is my mouse on the screen? No, it's not. It's not showing for some reason. Huh? It does with OBS, but it doesn't show with here. But if oh shit. Okay, let me.
Well, Lefevre owned the property on or before 1870 because they couldn't have deeded it to they couldn't have deeded it to Edwards. So they were there 1870, and if they had a house there, presumably they lived in it.
Yeah.
Unless they're just deeding the land.
You know, this is something I'm looking at right here. Forness Field is not very far from us. I mean, I used to cut at Forness Park. They have, I think, 8 or 9 baseball fields for the kids. And the main field, I was one of the volunteers to mow the yard every week. And I didn't know there were Indian mounds in that damn place.
Presumably.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Cassie's pretty good at her stuff. And it's right by the river.
Well, where's she getting the Indian mound theory from? I mean, if the New York State Historical Society or whatever said that, that's one thing. A mound doesn't mean a burial mound necessarily. No. Charlie mentioned something. You want to read that?
There could have been an where at? Let me see.
Below that, could we revisit the stage line theory?
There could have been possibly a route to the. Okay, now let me throw back at you. Plank Road up. It's Plank Road is off of Emerson Road. When me and Randy Carr and Keith Michaels and Mike Dandy went walking way out past the Dandy house, I don't even know why we were out there. I think we were looking for some kind of evidence of where a stagecoach could have gone. We found what appeared to be. They were about, 6 to 7 inches wide, but there were ruts in the road. Well, what appeared to look like it had been a road many, many years ago, this deep. And they went for forever. I mean, we walked for probably at least a half a mile or more, and we just followed those ruts. And there were small trees in the middle, trees about the size of us, thinking about the overgrowth and everything. We were all saying, well, how long does it take a tree to get this tall? And if it was in the 1870s or 80s or 90s or whenever supposedly somebody was killing people, and then they would continue on with the, well, wait a minute. If people were on a stagecoach and they were dropped off at the Hinsdale house and the way station was nearby and the people never got back on that stagecoach to continue their journey, wouldn't the people driving that thing say, hey, where's our passengers?
You'd think, or they'd investigate, or they'd report it to the sheriff.
I would. Took me that long. I never even thought of that till right now. But we did find that road, which comes off of Plank Road, but it goes over the hill a little bit too. And Charlie, another thing, if you come in the back way to Hinsdale, there's not much of a hill. Link can attest to how steep the hill is coming in from Olean side. I mean, your car will bog down and you won't make it in the wintertime unless you got a four-wheel drive. And those roads are paved and they used to be dirt. They were dirt when the Dandies lived there and they were dirt when Mike had his accident. And Mike drove like a 900-year-old woman. He went 15 miles. Well, I don't think his car would go faster than 25 anyhow up those roads. Was he coming down or going up? It was going up.
No, he was leaving. He was going.
Leaving. Now, he left the house when he had his accident. So he could have been
So
going.
he's going down.
Okay. But there's one more thing added to that story that you got to take into account for. Even though Mike said, what about my passenger? He was unconscious. He was asking that when he was mumbling that when he was out. And there was the imprint of somebody's head in the passenger side of his windshield. But when they did an investigation on a car, they said a rod, the engine blew a rod and it went into the steering column and he lost control of the car. That was the mechanic's perspective. But still, he still talked about somebody else in the car with him, and there was the head imprint in the windshield way over on the passenger side. So who knows? And if it wasn't for that big burly farmer holding his car, it would have gone over the cliff. He literally held his car from going over that cliff.
Yeah, I think it was a Maverick or something.
It was a small car.
A Vega or Maverick. One of those that explode if you hit it from behind.
Yeah. Might have been a Pacer, but no, they didn't have a Pacer.
Yeah. Conversation.
Well, Charlie, maybe you and Sandy need to go up there.
It's always available for investigation, Charlie. Charlie, where did you say you were? Where you are? Wait a minute. I got to read more. I'm missing Charlie's stuff. Cattaraugus County, who owns it now. Dan Class owns it now. And it's used for paranormal investigations, accomplices, and come on, chat. Behind the pond. What's behind it? Well, that's where we went, behind the pond that way. Yeah. Yep. Behind the pond, which it would have connected with you're not that far. You're 6 hours. They connected with Emerson Road. When you're doing research on something like this, I think what you need to do is research and talk to no one, because you're going to be picking up stories and everything else to try and, filter out what's right, what's wrong, who's hearsay, who's making things up, who's adding to the story. Dan told them also that someone tried to hang themselves in the closet. Well, that's true, but he was kidding around. Sonny Halliday, who was a roadie for my rock band in the 70s, Sonny, who lived in the house with his other 5 siblings, he was messing around with a belt and he put it up on the thing and put it around his neck. And his sister came in and said, "What are you doing?" And he kind of got it tight to where he couldn't get it off, but he was kidding around. He wasn't going to hang himself. And he just passed away 2 years ago. And I was talking to him about the house, and his bigger brother Charlie is how we found out they lived there, because I found his social studies book that fell out of the crawl space. And I contacted him, and that was 6 years ago.
When did your friends live there?
What friends?
This family that you're talking about.
That would have been around 1959, I guess. 58 and 9. And their father told them of a gentleman who lived there with his 2 children who killed him. I tried my damnedest to find a story on it. When you're in Hinsdale, now figure this out, back in the 30s and 40s, are you going to drive a car on them roads? No, you'd never make it down. They didn't have snow plows.
Right.
And yeah, he bought it from KG Reese, who I could have bought it from. He offered it to me a year before before Dan decided to come in and buy it. And I told him no. I told him I didn't want it. I kind of wish I had bought it, but there was no money down. It was $246 a month land contract. He just said, "Take it over. It's yours." If you're not, because at the time there was a group up there taking care of it. They were trying to have people come up and do investigations. There were 3 or 4 of them involved. I know him still. I still talk to him now. And I wasn't happy with the hoopla stories going around. And KG flat told me, he said, "Look at Paul, you were there when Clara lived there.
Yeah.
If you want the house, I will sell it to you. No money down, $246 a month, to be about what it would be on a land contract." I said, "No, KG, I don't want it." Beyond coincidence, yep, I'm in there too. I'm in that book too.
I got that from the article and I put that in chat. So you've read that book?
Oh yeah.
And then it said there's also a transcription of the recording from the Tanis Foundation. Recording of what? Run currently by his niece and historian Alice.
Well, Alice never gave me the recording. She gave me the transcript. That's where I originally got the transcript. I was the first one to get that after the Dandy family left. And I've got that.
It was a transcript of what, though?
When Alex was walking through the house and talking to the spirits, and Father was with him, and Alex got burned. And you'll see in the transcript where Alex says, "I know you burned me. You must leave. You must go now. You can't stay here," and all that stuff.
Huh.
And but that's the transcript that suddenly fell into Mike Rambacher's hands. Suddenly, mysteriously, is what he said when he was telling the crowd up there at the Spirit Walk. Well, the mysterious part was me giving it to him. He was a phony and a backstabber. And I don't like people like that. You know,
Yeah.
So what's the point?
It has to do with money, maybe.
Well, it did with him. He was giving tours. He wasn't giving all the money to the
Right.
business. He wasn't. He was pocketing money. He didn't do nothing for free. He used to sit at Tina's kitchen table. That's where we first met him. He wanted to meet me. He wanted to know the story of the Dandy family. He wanted to get it right because he wasn't sure of a lot of the aspects of what they went through. A lot of the psychics around here and the so-called investigators around here always came to me and wanted me to get on their podcasts and tell them what was going on. There's 2 people, except for Randy Carr, who used to visit a lot. He was a very good friend of Mike's. I love Randy Carr. He's a great super guy. His wife won't allow him to go to the house. There's 2 people who will talk about that house. 2 people who were there during the Dandy time that are alive, Clara and me. Nobody else. except her daughter and Tim, and they won't talk, and her daughter Mary, and they won't talk about it. Keith Michaels, who was a friend that used to come up there, he saw the ashtray fly across the floor. He saw other things. He won't talk about it. I've contacted his grandmother. She told me he told her to tell me to piss on a bent rope. You don't want to talk about it. Mike Neff, he's on Facebook. It took me forever to find him. Mike Neff was Mike's best friend. He won't talk about it.
It was bad, you know.
So when all these people come into the house and they step on Clara's throat by telling stories that didn't happen, I get mad. And when people wonder why I fend for her, she's always asked me, please get my story right. And if it's the last thing I do when you come, I'm going to do it. It's going to be about an hour and 15 minutes long, and I'm going to get the precise everything on film. Here's the story. Take out all the hoopla and all the things walking around here that aren't here.
Yep.
The Dizzy Bits, the Strawberry Blonde, the letter opener in them there. And I mean, Clara even thought she was doing these things unconsciously, or subconsciously, I'm sorry. And she blamed herself. She didn't know what was causing these things to happen in their beautiful home. I mean,
yeah, I bet it was beautiful then.
It was in the 70s. It was pristine. I think I do have a picture of it from 1971. And it was whitewashed. It was beautiful, clapboard, the old clapboard siding.
I don't like how it looks now. When I first went in there, I was
well, you gotta remember too, it's 130 years old.
Right, but that paneling is probably something newer, and I'm sure it was beautiful when she was there. I remember the 70s, and if that paneling was new in the 70s, everything was probably beautiful.
Yeah.
And, you know, I get the idea of not wanting to change it from like how we found it, but I'm sorry, it looks like it's been ransacked.
Yeah, it had.
Yes, I know, but
I mean, my God,
it doesn't have to look that way.
Well, Dan doesn't want to fix it up to make it look like a house. He wants it to make it look, or leave it to look old and, you know, worn down like it is. I mean, he's got a new roof. He's got a new plumbing. He's got a new septic. He's got new wiring for where it is. The parts that do have access to electricity. He's got a new bathroom. He doesn't want to remodel the kitchen because he wants to make it look like it did when the Dandies were there. The front door is still where it is when we put it back in 2012. Holy shit.
Yep.
But my God, you saw the pictures of when it was brown, when Flo and Joe had it.
Oh my God.
It was falling apart. I mean, literally rotting. It had cancer. The house had cancer. It was just horrible.
I can't even believe they. Well.
But you know what? When you're up there in the sunshine and it's warm out and you're in a chair sitting in the yard or walking through the property, there's no quieter place on earth. It's just absolutely beautiful. And then you're enjoying yourself out in the front yard, just sitting in the chair with 2 or 3 friends and you're talking, and here come the look-a-doos up the road. 8, 10 people come up. I want to see a ghost. It happens so often. How many people showed up when you were there? Just drive up and turn around and leave.
Oh my God. The video I'm working on right now, I really should cut out some of the things that I said to you when we were talking about that, because I was so angry. I said something about a gun. I was very angry that these people were, I don't know, just
You should have
act like
seen-
they own the place.
There's a tight transcript of Alex Tannis versus. Yeah, there is. Oh, you're telling me.
No, I found the link for it on the site.
Oh, it's on the site.
The transcript is, yeah.
It's published. Wow. Alice said she would never release that worldwide. Wow. When Flo died, and then they wanted to come in and do a movie. That's when Bill Connolly Corinne Hudson contacted me while I was in Limestone. We were in Limestone at one of Nick's wrestling matches. Corinne called me and said, a friend of ours wants to do a movie, a documentary. Can you get that permission for us? So I got a hold of Kenda, Donna Reese's daughter, who was KG's sister. And we were friends with her. We used to go to her house and talk to her. And I said, I have somebody who wants to do a movie. And she said, well, I real soft-spoken. Her dogs were in a fucking playpen, and her little dogs, strange woman. Bill wanted to do a movie. Well, Donna Reese said no, unless he buys it. Well, he sent down $3,000 as a down payment. And Adam Strawley and I went to Tops to pick the MoneyGram up, the Western Union check. And we got the Tops, and Western Union told us it was rerouted to Kenya. It went to Kenya.
God.
So we sat there for probably 3 hours for it finally to be rewired back to Olean. Got the money. Donna was up there walking around on the property with her golf club for a cane. She didn't want to buy a cane. She was too tight. And gave her the money, and then she allowed people to go into the house. That's when the remodeling began. We moved the door from where Flo and Joe had it, was that area link that goes right directly into the living room.
Uh-huh.
Sealed that off, put the door back where it is now, because that's where it was when Danny's lived. We put the wall up to finish Beth's room off, put up a fake wall there with just one side sheetrock. And all the other, put the telephone right by the door where it was. Did all those things. We were up there for a week doing filming. I wrote the script for the exorcism, for all the different things that happened. We got the actors. We told them what had to be done, where it had to be done. Those pictures are on my Facebook page. And then Bill Connolly got back into drugs, and I was supposed to get copies of contract. I have a copy of the contract where I got copies of all the footage, all the pictures. I got nothing. It never went into post-production. It never got produced. Nothing happened. And now Bill Connolly is once again missing in action because he owes yet another bunch of people tons and tons of money that he crooked up in Canada. So it seems like this house is it's got a curse on it, because when Alex was there, you had a film crew from NYU. That film disappeared, and I even paid two undergrads at NYU to look through the archives of the two radio or TV stations they have to try and find copies of Alex's films, and they couldn't find them. So, I've gone to great lengths to try and find the information. That was the Bible. That was the Bible to that house, was Alex's exorcism. It was filmed. It was filmed. The whole thing was filmed. We did documentaries the next day for 8-9 hours. All of that was filmed, and it's nowhere to be seen.
I was listening to
that crew.
I was listening to those preachers, and they say that people aren't supposed to see those. And I went, maybe that's why it's missing.
No, that's not why it's missing. I doubt very much that has anything to do with it missing. It's just There were 7 people in that crew. Jan Kahn is the only one I remember her full name. There was a Robert and there was a Mike. I want to see there was a Bill, but I can't be sure. I didn't meet them all. I talked to them all, but we never
Right.
shook hands and said, "Hi, my name is blah blah."
Let's exchange Facebook accounts, right?
Yeah, none of that shit was going on
Right.
back then.
Do that. Right.
I wish it was, because now I could reach out to these people and say, "Do you remember anything? Do you remember the howling and screaming in the house when the exorcism was taking place?"
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I hear it in my head. I can still hear it. You don't forget something like that. It's like watching somebody get hit by a car. When you, I was sitting
So it
right.
did happen.
I was sitting right in the kitchen doorway. The one that I knew his name, Robert, was here on this side of me, and then one of the other guys. The 3 of us were squeezed into the doorway, all sitting in our own chairs at different angles, and we were watching the exorcism. And the one guy had a soundboard, if you want to call it that, over right in front of Beth's wall, where her wall would be, and he had earphones on, and we were all listening. And right at the end, right toward the end, you could hear this. You could hear a banshee, cat in heat, baby crying, all mixed together throughout the whole house. It wasn't in the living room. It wasn't in the kitchen. It wasn't in the stairway. It was everywhere. It wasn't an animal outside. It was the whole house, something within the house, just yelling out a wail. And then when we thought it was gone, we started talking. I remember Father Al saying, "What the hell was that?" And I never heard that man swear. I'm sure they all do, but and the guy over there at Beth's door wall said, "Shh, it's still going on." He had his earphones on.
Right.
Where is that film? And then the next day, when I'm sitting on the floor just before Beth's door on the side of the couch, I was leaning up against the couch just before Beth's door, and the lamp went phew right past me, like it was trying to hit me, or somebody was trying to hit me, or something. Where's that film? I gotta have it before I die. I gotta have that exorcism on screen somewhere. It's got to be somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the picture that Tim and I took of the guy against the tree, and then he was gone and his face was gone and everything? Where that was a Polaroid. You can't fake a Polaroid. That went to Dr. Osis with the New York Psychical Research Foundation. Where is it? The foundation is defunct, but all of his work went to a university somewhere. Claire, I can't remember what university. I suppose if I started researching, I might be able to find that too.
Yeah, it's your picture.
Yeah, like the other night, Charlie. I don't know.
I'm sure it's in New York. They wouldn't have given it to some place outside of the area.
Well, it could have been, because there were other psychic research facilities around the country all over.
Oh,
Back then, it was kind of like a big thing. They were just getting into it. Ed and Lorraine Warren, who I don't know where to go with them either, really. I honestly don't. I mean, Lorraine said she was at the house. She was never at the house. And I'm sorry to those who believe she was, but Lorraine Warren never went to the Dandy House. She was never there. She was probably confused when she was interviewed. Also, when I was at the house with Nick, they called her and they told her, "Do you remember the country house?" Well, I think she's just assuming the Dandy House was the country house, because she'd been to many places that were in the country. It is at NYU. No, it went to NYU. There were 7 students. Jan Kahn was doing her thesis on paranormal activity. Alex Tanis brought a 7-man crew from the university. They were all my age, and they went back to NYU. They all stayed at the hotel. I even tried to get the hotel records. That hotel on the Hinsdale Highway there. I went there asking for hotel records of when those people stayed there. I had the dates: April 13th, April 12th, 13th, and 14th of 1974.
And
It's all gone. All the records of everybody back then is gone.
well, we were just talking about records at work, and
They probably didn't even keep records. They probably just stuck the money in their pocket and then cried.
Oh,
wolf
right,
when it was
right.
tax time.
Yeah.
I
A lot of stuff is saved though, even though there's records retention laws and stuff.
Yeah,
A
but
lot
I
of
don't
stuff.
care about that. It's gone and it's gone. There's no sense in trying to find it.
No, I'm trying to say that stuff is stacked away in attics. And yeah.
Probably not there because the place had been totally remodeled 3 or 4 times since then. It was closed down for over 15 years, 20 years. It was closed.
The university?
The hotel where they stayed.
Oh no, I'm talking about the university. You know.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's somewhere. I really am
Yeah.
assuming it's somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got thousands and thousands and thousands of reels of video.
Yeah, they probably don't get rid of that. It's probably all stored. Why? I don't know. But
You know, with Charlie mentioning Houghton, you know, there's something about Houghton too that Clara had said to me once, but I can't remember what it was. I guess I'll be calling her tomorrow.
That might be the answer, Paul.
Well, you know, her memory being 84 is she has no problem with it, none at all.
Yeah.
But I don't get a word in edgewise when I talk to her. And if I say, would you come online with me? Would you do an interview with me? Just me, just talk. You don't even have to be on camera. She always tells me, well, I'm not feeling well enough for that right now, but you'll keep me on the phone for 3 hours and talk to me.
right.
Well, she said at the end of her book she wants to kind of put that house behind her and all the events behind her.
She does. She does. But when we get talking, she brings it up. She brings up
Yeah.
every incident.
Everything.
She brings up every day that she lived there.
Yeah.
The windows slamming and they weren't even closed, or they weren't even open.
Or weren't even open or whatever. Yeah. Or they were open, but none were closed. Right.
Both, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
She was never afraid. She was irritated when things happened. She would get more irritated than she was afraid. There had been a couple. Well, she was afraid Labor Day. When we came back up there, and that's the only I've only seen with my own eyes. I've only seen a person who wasn't a person, who looked like a person twice. I mean, really looked at a person and acknowledged them being there.
Where was this person outside?
When Father and I came back, the yard wasn't a yard then. The driveway went further. I mean, it was dirt all the way up to the back, even with the back door. So when we pulled in, Father Al came around the corner and parked right there. We got out of the car. I was in the passenger side. I got up. I looked at upstairs, Laura and Mary's window. And in the window, Clara waved to me. And I waved to her. There was nobody in the house. Clara and Phil walked around the corner, the back side, the pond side. They walked around that side to meet us. Beth wasn't home. The girls weren't there. Mike was with Randy Carr. And Beth was with her old boyfriend, Kevin. So I'm waving to a woman who wasn't anybody.
Did she wave back?
And when I said to Father Al, he immediately blessed himself. He blessed the house. He went inside, and I said, "Shit, I don't want to go in." I was just a stupid kid back then. I
Huh.
went up there because I was curious, like everybody else, and because Clara worked with Debbie, my ex-wife. They were both data processors at Boshi's. So we got to have front row seats, and then that front row seat became a year and a half experience of
Hell.
hell. Yeah, it did. It was.
Yesterday you left off with well, what I was left off with before I had to go to bed, or whatever day it was the preacher was driving you to the place, and he asked
Do you feel it?
huh?
Do you feel it?
Right. And then you got cut off, and I don't remember how you said you answered. I think you got cut off.
I said I have, but I don't right now. I'm not. I'm not feeling that feeling of I have to be there because actually, Father, I don't want to go. I'm only going because you asked me. I
But
didn't.
why did you not want to go? Were you afraid this
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, I was.
Because he
All
was
hell broke
asking
loose.
you to go with
If
him.
Clara's scared, I'm not going because something screwed up. That woman didn't. She feared nothing in that house. She laughed at it. She scoffed at it. And the way Father's demeanor was driving up, where both hands on the wheel,
Right.
he wasn't going the speed limit. He was taking his time. He didn't want to go either, and I knew that. Or at least I sensed that. I didn't ask him. He didn't volunteer. I don't think he wanted to go.
Right.
He didn't even go to the documentaries at the day after the exorcism. He wouldn't come. And why didn't he come? And I didn't know the answer to that till 1999. I knew it didn't work. He didn't.
But yeah, he knew what was there. Apparently you have to go to confession. You have to have a clean mind and all this and that, so that when you do an exorcism, you when somebody's head goes in circles and they start to levitate, you just take your hand and you push them back down in the chair or on the bed, and you're totally unaffected, like you're on Quaaludes or something. And I think it takes, I don't know if he had.
I think you're reading the fairy tale part of exorcism there. You're reading the other bullshit.
Well, I'm just telling you what they
I mean, I
say.
know that's what you probably read somewhere, but that's not the case with an exorcism.
Well, that's what they say on all of the preachers that are interviewed. You can't react to the devil.
Well, no, you can't. You can't talk to him. You can't.
No, right. You can't show that you're afraid at
Yeah.
all. And it all makes sense.
You're not supposed to have interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledge. All you can do is order them to get the hell out.
Right, because God is greater than
Literally.
them, the fallen angels. And I agree with that.
Well, I know you'd like to find the NYU film and everything else. I hope you do go through
Oh my God,
Father
Jonathan!
Tribauld's archives. Who knows what you'll find
I
in there.
guarantee you right now, if you go to the NYU Facebook page, there's a couple of them. I actually, until I remembered which one it was, every month I would copy and paste this long article, and I put it in there. I finally got one response out of all the NYU students that go to that page. And it wasn't anybody from the house. It was just somebody saying, we've noticed this a couple of times on here, and we can maybe expand your search by putting something into our NYU newsletter. I said, whatever you can do, please. I just want to get a hold of somebody who was involved. They've got to be an alum. They all stick together. All universities, you graduate, you go back to their page. All my kids do. All my BATA students do still now. They're all alumni. So they always come back in on graduation night, and the whole town is drunk.
Well, 73, they would be in their 60s now.
Well, no, they'd be my age. They'd be my age.
Yeah.
I was 21 in 73 or 70. What was I born? I was 22 in 74. That's 21 and 73.
Yeah.
So they're going to be my age or older. And from what I understand, Jan is dead. Again, that's hearsay. Nobody told me that. I mean, somebody told me that, but I don't know if it's true. NYU, New York University. I mean, I'll bet you anything. Wait a minute, Angel just sent me something. This is what I was telling you about. Free variety pack with purchase. Okay, I'll read it in a second, honey. That poor girl is NYU Parent Support Group. No. NYU roommates. Jesus Christ. New York University. I think that's just where it was. I said, no, NYU alumni right here. This is where it was. And I think I put it on the Stern alumni too. And can I get off my page for a moment? Is there a search? There's no search box on this thing? There's a search box on every Facebook group there is, and there's not one on here. Oh my God, man. Come on.
All right. I've got to head out, gents.
Yeah, I think I do, Joe. I've already lost my voice.
Yeah.
I've got stuff to do, and
But good chat. Interesting how it
Yeah.
always comes back to the Dandy House.
I'm gonna
That's
I'm
a worthy topic.
gonna create a Dandy House page.
I would. You already have a Dandy House page.
No, I don't. I have a Dandy House playlist on my page. I don't have a Dandy House.
Yeah, you do. It says the Dandy House. It's on Facebook. Oh, it's not YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right, Jonathan. See ya.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yours is on Facebook. Right.
Well, I need to make one on here, and I gotta call Angel before she goes to bed too.
Okay.
That
All
poor
right.
girl is so sick, so bad, and
Jeez.
at the Cancer Institute right now. They're trying to tweak her.
Yeah.
You too, Charlie. They're trying to tweak her medicine. They're trying to tweak everything, and she said all she wants to do is just come home and forget about it. You know, she
Right.
tried to. When she had ovarian cancer, it was 8 years ago. She was giving up then. She said, "I'm not going to treatment anymore. I'll just let it take its course." I said, "You have a brand new baby. That's not happening."
Right. Right.
But you know what? I won't tell her that again, because I know that if I were told I had cancer, I wouldn't take treatment. At 71, what the fuck is the point? What is the point? So I can live if I live even if I live 5 more years, what would be the point of living sick for the remaining years?
Well, I don't know if I don't know if you'd be sick. You might be well for those 6 years. You may have
Well,
beat
I've
it.
never known anybody on chemo that was ever happy and well and they could do what they wanted to do.
Yeah. But I've never been the type that just says, "Oh, the hell with everything."
Oh, I know you don't. You go to the
Till
doctor.
the wheels come off, Paul. Till the wheels come off.
I know.
Right. Yeah. I don't just park the car because it's conking out. I'm going to keep that car moving. Just like Mike did. Just like Mike did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Of course, look what happened to Mike, so.
Ah, well.
I guess there's a lesson to be learned there.
I don't know.
So.
All right, I'm going to get.
All right. Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for being on.
There'll be a new page tomorrow called the Dandy House. Charlie, thanks for being here. Red, if you're still there.
I'll be there.
All right. See you later.
Mm-hmm, bye.
Bye.